हिंदुस्तान का पायलट हमने पकड़ा हुआ है। हम एज ए पीस जेस्टर हम उसको कल रिहा करने लगे हैं हिंदुस्तान को वापस।
All right, let's now go ahead and bring in Sunetra Chaudhary. Sunetra, this is unprecedented. This is huge news.
Well, that's right. I mean, it's really, this really kind of puts an end to the kind of concern that's been, that we've been seeing over the last over 24 hours or more. And what's of course interesting is the fact that everyone was certain this was going to happen. It's just that in the midst of all of us talking about, and this is just before the two defense spokespersons were going to have their announcement, and in the midst of news that the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, was reaching out to Prime Minister Modi, and India saying very clearly that they were in no mood for any deal when it comes to Wing Commander Abhinandan. In the midst of that, we see over here Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan saying very clearly that there is no need for that, that as a peace gesture that they are going to release, and he gives a definitive one. As you said, we don't know all the behind the scenes. We do know for certain, because it's been announced by President Trump earlier in the day at his summit in Hanoi, where he was meeting Kim Jong-un. At that time, at the press conference, he said that this was going to happen. He said that we're going to hear some attractive news that's going to come in. And while it looked like it would be about, in this particular case, about Wing Commander Abhinandan, we of course didn't have a certainty. But it did, in fact, confirm for us that America had played a part in this entire thing, that they had, because he confirmed that we've been trying to sort it out, they've been going at it. This is the kind of language that he used. He said they've been going at it for quite a long time now, and that we're going to hear some kind of good news soon. So that good news becoming very evident that America played a part in perhaps leaning on Pakistan. Remember, what also we have to keep in mind, Amitoj, is the fact that over the last few days, we've been hearing a lot of international reactions post-Pulwama as well, and post-India's preemptive strikes that have taken place across LOC. A lot of the reactions that have been coming in have been talking about Pakistan really cracking down on terror being perpetrated from its soil. So all the statements, whether we're talking about the ones from the European Union, or if we're talking about other international countries like Australia, all of them were leaning on Pakistan, because India had already taken its strike. They were leaning on Pakistan to take action. And what seemed to have happened yesterday was the fact that things had really escalated quite a lot with the kind of action that we saw with Pakistan downing India's MiG, and this pilot that had been taken into custody, India reporting a pilot missing in action. But now that good news comes in about Wing Commander Abhinandan, they've said very clearly now he's going to be released tomorrow. So we should be seeing him back home tomorrow itself. We've been hearing from various reactions. Of course, a lot of government sources had indicated, Amitoj, that this is the kind of good news that we can expect. We saw Prime Minister Modi, who had an event today, looking very confident. He wasn't at all, he didn't look at all stressed, so perhaps he had indication that this was going to happen as well. They continued. What the ruling party continued to do and chose to do was to carry on with their events, because while they were facing a lot of backlash from political parties, they felt that it was wiser to continue.
And they had also said very clearly that they're doing everything they possibly can to make sure that the IAF pilot returns.